Okay, today we're going to talk about Raya knots, and Raya knots are where you add kind of what I call dangles down on the weaving itself, and you're going to use 2 warp strings to add a Raya knot, and you can decide if you want to add just 1 piece of yarn to each one or more than 1. So I'm going to demonstrate doing 2 pieces of yarn at each Raya knot. So I need to start by first cutting string for the Raya knots. You pick your color, and then you're going to wrap it around your hand, and because you're using 2, you'll need 19 for 1 piece, and then if you double that, that would be 38 for 2. So I'm going to count, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, and 38. Then I always do another extra wrap in case I miscounted. Then you're going to take all of that yarn off your hand, wiggle it out, and grab a pair of scissors, and I can see where the end is. So that is where I'm going to be cutting the rest of the yarn. And when you cut that loop, what it does is it makes a whole bunch of yarn that is the same size. So then you're going to take your loom. Now I have some rows of tabby on here. You want to do Raya knots between tabby. It just helps them stay in better. They do loosen up if you're not careful. So then I'm going to take 2 strings and 2 warp strings, and I like to work up on the loom, so I work higher away from my weaving. It gives me more room to work, and the warp strings are a little bit more flexible. So you're going to take the yarn and put it on top of the 2 warp strings that I have separated with my fingers. Now the trick is you have to get the ends of this yarn underneath the warp string and in the middle of the 2 warp strings you are working on. So there's a little bit of finagling that you have to do. It's like you need an extra hand, but you only have 2. Once you get both of the ends wrapped around the warp string and into the middle, then you grab the ends and you tug and pull it down, and that will make the knot. I'll do that one more time. 2 warp strings, lift up 2 pieces of yarn on top of those 2 warp strings that are lifted up. The ends of that yarn go underneath the warp string and into the center. It helps if you kind of hold the warp string where the yarn is so it doesn't untangle on you. Then you grab the other 2, grab all the ends, and pull it down. Now when you go all the way across, then you're going to want to lock it in with some tabby, at least 4 rows of tabby before you give it a haircut.